Okay, so remember when labeling, this is our right angle. Oh, come on.
It's frozen.
Y'all are onto something. There we go. All right. We have a right angle. Of course, directly across from our right angle is always going to be our hypotenuse. And then depending on where theta is, okay, that is what we're going to judge our opposite and our adjacent. So opposite and adjacent. Now try to change where I draw my triangle. Sometimes I'll draw it this way and sometimes I'll draw it that way. Just so you can see, it doesn't matter which way the triangle's facing. As long as you keep in mind if this is theta, then now this is your opposite, this is your adjacent, and this is your hypotenuse, okay? So don't think, oh man, I'm doing something wrong. She drew her triangle the opposite direction or something like that, okay? That's just a little bit of a refresher. I'm not going to waste y'all's time on just your typical ones like that. So, hardest part on all of these problems is setting up the triangle from the word problem. So go ahead and do so. All right, so Brittany is standing on level ground, 125 feet away from the base of a tower. Here's Brittany. Her angle of elevation is 57.2 degrees, which if I see that in the word problem, automatically I'm going to make a note of it so I don't forget it. I think a lot of y'all forgot to change your mode and calculator too on the test. Find the height of the tower to the nearest foot. So when I look at this, I say, okay, I have my opposite and I have my adjacent. So which trig function? Tangent. So I have my opposite over my adjacent. And to get x completely by itself, I just multiply. So it said to the nearest foot, so we'll just say 194. Like I said, we've done a lot of these. It should be a review, but some of us still made mistakes on the first part of the test, so I wanted to make sure, because there's times that I'll completely skip this section. Okay, any questions?
Did I type something in wrong? Okay.
No. You scared Dana off today.
I scared the whole front row off. I know where Eleni is. She emailed me. This one's going to be the same. So let's try a different one.
The best thing about the schedule is you guys have to get like 2 Fridays.
Y'all will see, hopefully, all but majority of the teachers today wearing purple for Miss Hinkle. So if y'all are like, I just want the teachers wearing purple. Not know. This was actually a scarf she knitted for me, so perfect for today.
It's pretty sad.
All right, so like I said, the hardest part is setting up the triangle. So Billy is flying a kite. The kite is flying at the height of 30 feet when 65 of the feet of the string is out. The string is in a straight line. Find the angle that it makes with the ground. So we're solving for theta. Okay. So what trig function am I using here? Sine. So if I don't know the angle, and again, this was something that if y'all made a mistake on those 2 questions on the test, this was it right here. Okay. When you don't know the angle, we do the inverse. Again, making sure we're in degree mode.
Very classy.
And they said the nearest tenth, so we're dealing with 27.5 degrees. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Questions so far? You good? This one always cracks me up just because of the picture I found a long time ago. Do y'all know what a guy wire is?
No. It's military, dude. Apparently.
I just like that it's like a guy with a wire. So like the like towers and poles and all those things, y'all see those really like tight like metal wires that come out from them to like hold them up there to the ground. That's what that is. But I just like that picture. It cracks me up. Probably could make the actual word problem itself a little bit bigger for y'all to read, huh?
Are these problems always gonna be around to the 10th?
Are these problems all gonna what?
Be around to the 10th.
No, not necessarily. This round of them are. I mean, it could be anything really. So this one's very similar to the one we just did. A guy wire is 13.8 yards long. It's attached from the ground to a pole. The pole is 6.7 yards above. Oops, went the wrong way there. Above ground. Find the angle, which makes it to the ground there. So we're still using sine in this case. 6.7 over 13.8. And we do the inverse. So we have 29 degrees. As nearest 10th, that doesn't round up. Okay. Do you feel better about the inverse ones now? Again, like I said, y'all did really well on the first one. It's just that second one got some of y'all that didn't know how to do that. Okay.
This all of them, did they?
Applications, yeah.
No.
That's it.
Yeah, why are you looking over there?
Why am I what?
Why are you looking over there?
I don't even know who's saying it. That's the best part. Good news for y'all is that soon I'm going to have an ear appointment with the doctor that I always go and see. And it's going to hear everything.
Should I talk in an accent so you know I'm the one talking?
I'll do that.
You should like take your voice up like 5
Oh,
inches.
just go really high?
Yep.
I don't wanna do that.
It's just my left ear, and it's like, it's still clogged from that surgery I had 2 years ago.
What is an ear doctor called?
It's,
Earologist.
Probably not.
it starts with an O.
Ophthalmologist.
No, it's like a weird word.
Okay, well that's bothering me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now they're usually like an ENT is what like they're called, but like an actual surgical.
Is that like what you have to get done, like surgery?
Yeah.
Jesus. Otolaryngologist.
Told you it was a weird
Okay,
word.
that's why you didn't know that.
No, look at that.
That's like the longest word I've ever seen.
It's a pretty weird word. All right, y'all give this one a shot. No, like when y'all had tubes put in your ears when you were a kid, if you did. Usually it was like once. I've had it done like 15 times. But then they redid my complete ear and it still messed up.
Don't you worry, I'll come back. I'll hear everything you say. I hope. All right, so the hardest part again is setting this up. All right, we're dealing with two different point of views. So Gracia is picking a hot air balloon ride. And Jenny is standing on level ground 100 feet away from her viewpoint of the launch. Okay, so the air balloon's going up. She can be 100 feet away. And she's at one point looking at the angle of elevation and it is 31.7. So we're dealing with two different triangles here. So at one point it's at 31.7. And then a minute later, we have our other angle of 76.2. I ran out of space.
No, I wanted all of it to be bigger. And it's not gonna let me. All right, so
We've got 76.2. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. How far did she travel during that minute? So we're really just interested in that spot. But of course we can't just find that spot, right? So, what y'all do?
I did what we did with the first question with the tangent of the degree equals x over the distance, which is now 100.
Okay, so what tangent did you use?
Well, I did both. I did 76.2 first and got the whole height. And then I
Okay.
did 31.7 and just subtracted.
You just used X again?
Yeah.
Did anyone else set it up differently? Okay, so if we do 100 tangent of 76.2, we get 407.13. And then 100 tangent 31.7, we get 61.76. And you said you did what?
And then I just subtracted the 61 from the 407.
Good. There's a 1 in there somewhere. There it is. I'm gonna move that picture in a second. And didn't specify what they wanted, so somewhere around 345.4 or 345.45. Yeah, there we go. For some reason, my mind flipped it. Okay. Let me get rid of that picture. Okay, so the hardest part is setting up the triangle from there. Pretty straightforward. Any questions? Okay. Let me see. Try this one. Which trig function are we using here?
So,
Sine again. And it doesn't specify, so I can say 4.6, I can say 5, I can say whatever. Okay. So hopefully that solidifies those questions on the test, because I think you have some on this one as well. Can't remember. Okay.